Okay, what's up? Um, Basically, I want to go over a video. This lady, what's her name? Her name, I think is Ivy, Ivan. I think it's a Nigerian lady. And basically, I'm gonna spell her name is. I put a name. I put the video in the caption. Her name is What's this? LVIN or IE. I'm sorry. And basically, this woman kind of flirts with the into the pro black pan African section, and then she started to mix her little feminism in there when it's convenient. So basically what it on she got that Western ish mentality, when it's convenient. So, but let's go to the title of the video. Is that cat for sale? Is that cat for sale? And the reality is yes. Yes. Yes, African woman's cat is definitely for sale. But she's not the only one. I mean, South America women, they selling that cat. North America, they selling that cat. Uh, Hell, Europe, they selling that cat. China, they selling that cat. I mean, shit, hell, Japan, they selling that cat. Thailand, they selling that cat. They selling that cat. Right? And she seems to be upset, right? That her parents, like the family, is out there saying, oh, they bartering the bride price for a monthly stipend for their daughter to go over there to China to live with this man. And the thing is, she's showing her distress about the woman, quote unquote, going out there, and her family not basically, going over there. They want the monthly stipend for for marrying their daughter. But the question I always ask myself is why don't these girls ever say no? That seemed to be the question that don't nobody ever seem to ask, right? It's never no, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing that. It's always okay, well, I'm cool. I'm cool for the cat being sold. I'm cool for selling myself as long as I get, a piece of that pie. And me personally, I have the mentality like this. If you selling, you selling, right? And then we just, like the whole but I'm gonna keep it on with, the continent for the time being, right? Because in America, these women are all selling pussy. They just lie to themselves that they ain't. But in Africa, we they have refined it to a classy level. It's just classier, right? It's just classier, right? In America, a woman say you come up to her and say, hey, let me put 20, $200 in your pocket, and that's it, right? But in Africa, they just refined it to be a lot nicer and not seem as it is what it is, right? We call it bride price. They call it bride price, right? Or dowry in some African countries, right? But at the end of the day, you're basically selling your daughter, and they try to act like it's not. But let's be honest, it is. Let's be real. Like I mean, shit, hell, I've been to Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa. I've seen the practice, right? And then all of a sudden, we always have the claim that it is not. It is what it is, but it is what it is, man. That's what it is. You're selling your daughter for a profit, necessarily, right? And so, what's the problem? I don't really understand the problem of the situation. Why everybody's flipping out? Because women are A1 with selling that box to any man as long as they get a piece of that profit. Can I sell myself? Can I get 15 cows? Can I get 2 acres of land? Can I get some gold? Can I get some diamonds? So that pussy is always for sale, regardless if she want to admit it or not, right? That's what hypergamy is. Okay, I got 2 cows and 1 gold piece. Then she'll go say, all right, how much you got? You got 5 cows and 10 gold pieces. Oh yeah, I'm selling myself to that guy, right? So we can almost really kind of stop there. I don't want to hear that she was basically saying something around the lines of, "Is this marriage for love? How is he going to treat that woman? He's treating her exactly how she is, a product to be sold and bought." and people get upset with that, right? And I understand why people want to get upset with that, but it is what it is. Most women by the age of 12 have already signed themselves to be on pseudo prostitution. By the age of 12, most women have already decided, I've already made up their mind, I'm gonna be a pseudo prostitute. They've already went that route. I'm gonna be a pseudo prostitute when it's convenient for me, right? When it's convenient for me, I'm gonna sell this pussy to this guy. When it's not convenient, I'm gonna be with this guy. You know what I mean? So but it is what it is. And for me personally, I'm just with the mentality of just like, why is everybody upset and why is she upset, right? Because most women, like she said, she's from Nigeria, right? The lady that's in there, she's from Nigeria. They say literally, without no money, there is no love, right? So why even bring feelings into this shit, right? If you're selling yourself to the highest bidder, then go to the highest bidder and just be happy with what you've gotten. I'm very, very confused with this. I want to be in one moment be an item to sell myself, and then the next moment, oh, I want to be treated as a human being. You can't have it both ways. If you want to treat yourself like a product, be a product. Then get the highest value for your product. If you're going to go that route, if you want to go that route, right? But if you go that route, you have to eat what come with it, right? Like they say down here in America, one of our sayings is, you lay down with dollars, you wake up with fleas, right? There's a lot of these ladies, they cool with laying down with the dog. Hell, they lay down with the devil if the price is right. I mean, shit, you got say white men coming down to was the Kenyan. I mean, what cheaply buying some African women, right? Right? They got Asian men necessarily already going down East Africa, leaving a whole bunch of little African ladies with little mixed mulatto babies. They just out there just running around Africa, not knowing who their daddy is, and that's on African women. So the question you really should be asking: why is African women willing to sell themselves? That's the real question. Why are they so willing to sell themselves, right? And then the other thing that I saw this lady have, or this thing is, she always wants to say, "Oh, this passport, bro. This passport, bro." No. Like, well, I'm gonna correct you, so this way we have a understanding, right? Passport bros are black men in America who travel for their own well-being. That is the only passport bro, right? Right? Because I find this shit always odd, especially among these channels where, especially as a female-led channel, or it's one of these blue pill, purple pill kind of guys necessarily, or these guys who physically don't have the capabilities to leave, or they stuck where they at, right? Why they have such a vitriol of black men necessarily leaving and doing their best thing? Because at the end of the day, I know some of these guys, they basically, their only thing is, you need to stay here, buy American, right? If you gonna be with them, buy American, right? And my mindset is like this: how you hating from outside the country? You're not even there. You're not even there, right? You're not even there. So like, I'm confused. How does an Asian man get up and leave and go someplace? It's a passport, bro. A white man get up and go someplace and leave. He a passport, bro, right? Which is, to me, is just odd and baffling, right? But a Nigerian man get up and go someplace, that's not a passport, bro. An African man get up and do something. Like, I've always been very, 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 especially when it comes to some of these African people who say this shit, and especially some of these, people from the United States. They all have their reasons of trying to control black male agency. I'm sorry. They always want control of what you doing, where you going, because they understand a lot of their butter is biscuit. A lot of their biscuit is butter by what you do and what you don't do. If they have access to your money, if they don't have access to your money, right? So I'm saying, as a Nigerian woman, why don't you have that same level of vitriol and disrespect? See, that's one thing I've always noticed, right? She never has that level of vitriol or disrespect when it comes to her own people. When consider, especially men of her own tribe, for whatever reason, right? Nigerian men running through African women all through South Africa. Nothing being said. They're not passport bros, right? They're just, good African men trying to better themselves and better their situation. Uh-huh. Right. Uh-huh. Right. Then they have they are down in Europe, shit turning Europe between them and the Arabs, basically turning Europe white, turn you a white Europe, but basically brown, right? Tan, right? Nothing. You see them down in Japan, even lying and saying they're Black American. They even lie and say that shit. Nothing at all, right? In America doing the same thing, right? Well, in America now, they're fighting for that green card. They fighting for their life for that green card without that with Keisha, and good luck to them for that, bro. Because that's some shit I personally couldn't do. So I salute them boys. But it is what it is, right? But the thing I could never truly understand is this, right? Hold on, one moment. Why is that the problem? Why is it the Black Male Agency has to be the thing that seems to be the biggest hook and by crook that people seem to have an issue with? For me, I don't understand it. For me, I personally don't understand it. But like I said, that's just me. That's just me, right? Well, I'm still lying to myself. I think I know what it is about, right? You got control where your dollars flow, right? Got to control where them dollars go. So I just wanted to bring that into a few things, right? And when you even look at the conversation, I mean, I understand why Africans have this notion of selling their daughters off. I mean, they've been doing it for centuries. If you want to be honest, I'm not surprised. Personally, I'm not surprised, right? If you look at East African history, selling each other has been a thing. Like if you selling off your daughter, then there's nothing to sell off somebody else, right? You look at the West Africa, same thing. If you selling off your daughter, it ain't no problem. It is nothing to sell off somebody else, right? So I mean, hell, if you say your own kid, well, damn somebody else's kid, right? So I don't know what's the issue with people. I think people just really need to kind of just relax, right? I mean, if you want to, hop into that, that limelight and do that, it's cool, right? And then I know she may, God forbid if she ever, see this video or hear about this video and whatnot, but you know what you do in your countries. You know what you do. Like I mean now personally, right? I've heard of Yoruba individuals selling off their daughters to Arabs necessarily, right? Right down there, it's plenty of prostitutes from Nigeria selling that box out there in Dubai, right? Right. So yeah, like when it comes to that part, all of a sudden, women the worldwide don't know what they're talking about. African women don't know what they're talking about then, right? One of the biggest growing porn necessarily countries in the world is Nigeria. It's one of the biggest, right? But ain't nobody out here selling no pussy. But like I said, bro, it's I think we have to do and be a little bit better with what we're saying and what we're doing, because all I'm starting to see is basically this shit. All I'm starting to see is degree a level of hatred of just black men in general, especially when it comes to the passport thing. Because right, if a white man do something, all of a sudden that's not a passport, bro. Right, right. You know what I mean? Right. Also now they can see the difference, right? All right, right. Oh, hey, Zeus go do something. Now he a passport, bro, right? So everybody can be me, right? But I can't be them. If I go some place, then all of a sudden, it's a whole different ball game, right? So to me, I'm just kind of looking at this point where like people just really kind of need to chill and relax, bro, because we got to do better, bro. Like when I mean we necessarily, I mean African people necessarily, right? If you selling that box, you selling it, right? Culturally, you know what you do in Nigeria. Culturally, you know what you do in Ghana. Culturally, you gotta pay, was it 200 cattle or whatever, right? So And I would be cool with the notion or the bride price necessarily, right? If it was actually a mutual exchange, right? Okay, cool. I give you my daughter necessarily to you. You're going to pay me, 2 herds of cattle or whatever, right, and some land. And then the other family says, you know what? Okay, you raised an incredibly good son, and we're going to give you this. I'm not seeing it. When I go to most of these African countries, I ask them about, okay, what does the man get? It's always, the women always look with this blank look. There's always a blank look. What you mean? What you mean? Right? Now, like I said, I don't know every African tribe, right? So I can't say, oh, every African tribe does this, right? But when I go through the majority of the countries that I've been to so far, about 5 or 6, the notion of setting your daughter off is very, very rooted in the culture, and the women are down with it. So my only question is, why are you mad now? Really, why are we mad now, man? But I'm gonna leave it at that for the time being, man. It's usual business, man. I'm about to hop off. That's it.